Hello everybody. It's Miss Susanna. Welcome back. Today we are on part 2 of our investigation of dance films. Last week we started looking at a website called films.dance, a project of international collaborations of making new dance films. And today we are going to continue looking at films.dance. And a main word that I want us to think about today is collaboration. What does collaboration mean? Yeah, it means working together, right? You can collaborate with other people working on a school project, right? Whenever you work on a group project, that is collaboration. You can collaborate with your teacher in order to learn something, right? So it means working together to achieve something. Artists collaborate all the time. You might also hear that like on a musical track, like, I don't know, Mariah Carey collaborated with Jay-Z. I don't know. I'm just pulling names out of a hat. But musical artists, right? They collaborate on songs all the time. Filmmakers collaborate with scene designers and set designers and costume designers. So all kinds of artists collaborate in order to make a final artistic product. Just like you collaborate with other people on group projects all the time. So in this pandemic, how do you think the nature of collaboration has changed? What has it been like for you? How has collaborating with other people been different? Maybe now you're doing all of your collaborating online, right? Or over the phone or on Google Meets instead of being able to sit and collaborate with people face to face, right? I think that's true not just for those of us who are in school, but everybody in the professional world too has had to learn how to collaborate across lots of distance and using technology instead. Somebody that I know who lives in my household, he's a theater director and he used to direct plays, live plays. But when the pandemic hit, he thought, I can't do that anymore. I'll make a film. And he learned to make a film. And to do that, he obviously had to collaborate with lots of people to help him learn how to make a film. And costumes, sets, actors, editors, right? All of those things that it takes to make a film. He had to collaborate with all of them, but in a socially distanced way. So it was really hard, but they did it. So thinking about collaboration today while we look at a few new dance films and just thinking about the process that it took to make these artistic products, right? We just see a dance film. It's maybe 3 minutes, 5 minutes, and we're like, cool, right? But today we're thinking about all of the work and collaboration that it took to make these dance films and how that might affect what we see. So today we are starting again on seechicagodance.com, which is a great resource for you for all things dance in Chicago. So this was an article that came out on See Chicago Dance introducing the films.dance project. So, as always, teachers, if you would like to pause me and have students read out loud, that is awesome. If that is not feasible, I will go ahead and read for us. So, more than 150 people from 25 countries came together to make something during the pandemic. The result? Films.dance. And there you can see Kaduna, a photo from Kaduna, which we saw last week, week 1. So this article is from January 21st, and it's by Jordan Kunkel. I'll get smaller. And here we go. Last spring, a couple of artist friends hopped on a call to brainstorm ways to make something. Fast forward almost 1 year later, and that simple conversation had grown into an international series of 15 films and a team of 12 producers. 3 presenting centers, that means like a theater that presents the work to the public, 1 magazine, and 150 artists whose roles span cinematography, wardrobe, dance, direction, musical composition, and choreography. Did I mention those artists are spread across 25 different countries? So does it sound easy to make these dance films? There's a lot of work involved. The Harris Theater for Music and Dance, which is in downtown Chicago, partners with Jacob Jonas the Company to bring Films That Dance to Chicago audiences. Starting January 25th, 1 film will be released each week on the Harris's new online platform, HT Virtual Stage, and the Films That Dance website, which is where we are watching our films. While Chicago has long been a city of collaboration, and many more have leaned into community and interdisciplinary work since performance became virtual last year, the word collaboration defines everything about the Films That Dance process. From conception, the process behind how each film was made, and ultimately the final product that audiences will see each week. Even the 3-person Zoom interview I had with members of the team felt shared, with Jacob Jonas and associate producer Mike Tyus tuning in from Los Angeles, and associate producer Peter Walker calling in from New York. So as you can see, this isn't just Chicago artists in isolation, it's people from all over. The production team behind the entire series includes Jonas, Tyus, and Walker, and a collective of other artists with ties to Jacob Jonas the Company and presenting partner Somewhere Magazine, including 2 musicians and composers. Each of these producers contributed to the team of artists curated for each film, with Jonas estimating that 25% of the artists started as strangers to the group. So it means they didn't all know each other before, right? They came together to collaborate or work together to create these new dance films. The series kicks off with Kaduna, which highlights self-taught brothers Victory and Marvel Ebunum dancing across landscapes of Kaduna, Nigeria. Filmed by Nigerian cinematographer Raymond Yusuf, notorious for using his Android phone for filming sci-fi stories, Kaduna is revving up to be a true international effort, with choreography by New York City-based Vincent Fraley, music by LA-based composer Annabelle Sandoval, and vocals by members of the Gbagi tribe, native to central Nigeria, including part of Kaduna State. Critics Company member Ridwan Adeni collaborated with Jonas to direct the film, not to mention the wardrobe devised by Khadija Yunusu of X clothing brand. Whew! Now, dancers, you obviously do not need to know or remember all these names. I don't know most of these people. I'm not familiar with their work. But as you can see, collaboration is huge here. All of these people, even from different cities and different countries, are collaborating to create these dance films. If you can make it through the long list of credits, right, the credits which roll at the end of the dance film, you'll see that what makes this virtual dance film festival so engaging is that none of these creations were one person's vision. No storyline relied on one person's video editing skills or access to fancy camera equipment or ability to coach movement virtually. Jonas and the 11 other producers working on Films That Dance took what they were good at: curation, meaning choosing what to do, an impulse to make art, some experience working with media, etc., and then brought together a community of people with varying talents and expertise to produce something that promises to captivate you regardless of the size of your screen, right? So you could be watching these on a tiny little phone, on a giant TV, and it'll still be interesting to watch, hopefully. So they were saying, right, they don't You don't have to be a professional filmmaker. You don't have to know everything about cameras already. You just have to take something that you're good at. Maybe it's creating movement. Maybe it's the videography. And you can do it. With film, you work with so many other people, producers, writers, filmmakers, and a director or a DP. That's a director of photography. And often a few other camera people in one project, Jonas said. I think the scope of the collaboration and having more voices can help illustrate what you're trying to say, more than just what movement itself can typically convey, which enables audiences to relate to a film more than an abstract work by one choreographer on a proscenium stage. And a proscenium stage is like a stage that we have at most schools, right? So it's like a box. That's a proscenium stage. Or most theater stages are proscenium stages. Anyway, he's saying, right, with having all of these different people collaborating on a film, you're getting a really different dance than if you just saw it by itself on a stage. In bringing together such a varied group of artists, including filmmakers and musicians who've never worked with dance before, right? So you might have somebody who's used to filming other things, but they've never worked with dance. Now they're collaborating. Jonas hopes to engage audiences outside our immediate bubbles and close friends list on social media. With a film like Plume, co-directed by Baron D'Amico and Francisco Cruz and animated by D'Amico, where the agile circus work performed by 21 acrobats from across the world is sure to catch the viewer's eye. Ooh, I can't wait to see that one. Jonas believes the musical collaboration behind the film is the most intriguing component. Jonas reached out to violinist and disability advocate Galen Leah for this project, who went to my college. I know her. Woo! I can't wait to see this one. Okay, 3 years after he first saw her perform. They dedicated to transcribe one of her improvisations from an Instagram video, and composer Steve Hackman and violinist Hilary Hahn arranged the piece, with Hahn ultimately performing what is heard in the video. Seeing Hilary and Galen on a Zoom together, connecting for the first time was really special. With all these projects, the work would never exist if it weren't for all of us involved. To see relationships being formed and new work being made is really special, said Jonas. This project was built on a lot of artistic mediums responding to one another, and we really wanted to enrich that to help broaden the audience for dance. So he's saying, right, it's not just dance, it's the music, it's the live music, it's all the other things coming together to make a special project. Films like Match, which we are watching today, relied on a quintessential pandemic filmmaking to introduce as many artists as possible to each other and to audiences. And it's true, there are so many people in this video. An original score by Jay Wadley was given to 5 choreographers to then teach via Zoom to 46 dancers from 20 different countries, who were then instructed to film themselves performing the movement. So think about that. This musical score, they gave it to five choreographers, and then they taught it to 46 dancers in 20 different countries who all filmed themselves. And then they put that together into the dance film. I think you're going to really enjoy that one. All right, we're going to skip that paragraph. Films.dance shows us that you can step outside your comfort zone and that dance can be an intersection where all these people and all these ideas meet. The films will remain on the virtual platform throughout the series. We know about that. Through its partnership with the Harris Theater and the vast team of contributing artists, Films.dance provides a library of performance and media where visitors, that's us, we're visitors, we're watching it, can experience compelling virtual dance and can expand their knowledge of creatives and locations across the globe without leaving home. Cool, right? So we get to experience the collaborations from all these people across the globe without leaving home. I think that is pretty special. Whew. Okay, So let's get started. Let's watch Match, which is this one that they mentioned with 5 choreographers, 46 dancers, 20 different countries, a huge, huge collaboration. I hope you enjoy it. Wasn't that cool? I totally love that one. Could you see what a great example of collaboration that was? There were so many dancers from so many different countries. I wonder if you recognized any of the locations. Did you find Chicago? I did. I think I saw Buckingham Fountain downtown. And yeah, I totally saw the beach and the skyline at one point. I hope you caught it too. I was wondering if you could make a dance film and if you could collaborate with anyone in the whole wide world, who would you want to collaborate with? Are there any musicians you would want to work with? Are there any choreographers or dancers you'd want to work with? Are there any fashion designers or costumers you'd want to work with? If you could collaborate with anybody, who would it be? And if you could film your dance film anywhere, where would it be? If you could choose any location in Chicago and invite your collaborators to join you, where would you film it? And last question, out of all these different jobs, all these different collaborators that come together, right? Dancer, choreographer, tech person on the Zoom call, costumer, musical composer, right? Which one could you see yourself doing in the future? Right? There's a lot of careers in the dance world and in the artistic world that are not just being the dancer or the choreographer. There's a whole lot of other careers and collaborators. Are there any that you could see yourself doing in the future? Okay, now we are going to move on to our second dance film, which is called Now. Enjoy.
我是一粒尘埃，一束光，迷失于我的过去，等待重生。我是一粒尘埃，一束光，迷失于我的过去，等待重生。 忘记要记得，记得我必须放下。我必须放下，不必后悔过去，或担心未来。随着我破碎的灵魂的碎片，真实的自我在复活。
Awesome. So I wonder how you think text affected this film, right? There were words in this one. There's not always words in a dance film. How do you think the text or the words affected your seeing this film? Let's take a second, think about that. My second question is about the music. How do you think the music affected your feeling or the tone of this dance piece? What if you had seen the exact same movement with different music? Do you think it would have been different? And my third question is about the place or the setting where it was filmed. What did you think about that? Was it very general or was it very specific? Did you get a sense of the place? I definitely did. I felt like it was a very specific place that was being evoked, a really strong setting, right? Like that abandoned building. Whoa, that was cool. It was a really specific place. So again, I would ask you, if you were going to choose a unique place to make a dance film, can you think of a unique place, an interesting place to film dance? Maybe it's somewhere in your neighborhood. Maybe it's somewhere in the city. All right. Great job, dancers. Now we're going to view our final film. It's kind of a bonus, and it's called Pássaro Distante, and it was created in Brazil with Brazilian dancers. Enjoy.
sempre a um passo de distância. Eu vi você a um passo de distância. Eu vivo como passa.
A um passo de um futuro que diz coisas tão mais lindas quando a gente não sabe do que se trata. A longura, a distância do que se conhece, do que se vive agora. A saudade grita, como se precisasse de colo. A saudade grita, como se precisasse.
So dancers, I wonder which one of the 3 films we watched today was your favorite. We saw Match, the huge international collaboration with dancers in 20 countries. We saw Now, which was the one single dancer with the text and the specific setting. I think it was filmed in China. I have to go back and look. But it had a very strong sense of place. And then Pássaro Distante, which was filmed in Brazil. So there's no right or wrong answer. I wonder which one was your favorite and why. Take a second. Tell me about it. Thank you so much, dancers. I hope you really enjoyed this like I did. Again, the website where you can see all the films is called films.dance. And I hope you enjoyed looking at these dance films with me today and thinking about the nature of collaboration. Thank you for collaborating with me today. Bye, friends.